boys and girls, Kenya is one country in Africa. If you remember, we said that Africa has, even though it's only the second largest continent, the biggest one is Asia, but Africa has the most countries. One of those countries is Kenya. I don't know how to do this. This is Kenya. And Kenya is in East Africa, and it borders, this here is the Indian Ocean. This here is the Indian Ocean. Can you guys see, Nathan, can you see? Why don't you come here and go to this corner? Amr, can you see? You can come and sit. Why don't you come and sit at your chair? And eat. Amr, you can sit over here in front of my chair. So this here, boys and girls, is the Indian Ocean. No, move it back to your table, not closer to her, yeah. Social distancing. So Kenya, Kenya has an area here that's a beach, and then it goes up, there are mountains here. So if we had to think about Kenya though, the most famous thing about Kenya is the highlands, or the where all people, a lot of people go to nature preserves and they can see animals like elephants in the savannah, lions, cheetahs, giraffes, zebras, hippos, and rhinos. Those are called nature preserves. And when people think of Africa, usually if you look at the smart board, these are the kind of pictures that they think of when they think of Africa. All of these pictures are taken in the savannah of Kenya. In Kenya, there's more than one nature preserve. There are actually several of them. The capital of Kenya is Nairobi, and this is where the knob is. Yes. You see this wooden knob? That's where Nairobi is. Nairobi is in the highland, not in the savannah. Nairobi is in the highland. I have to fix the camera.
I got a question.
Not now. I will allow questions in a minute. And most people who live in Kenya live in the highland, in this area. The money in Kenya is called shilling. Shilling. I don't have any money samples to show you, but that's what the money is called. I have a book here about Kenya, and this is a picture of a child from Kenya. Kenya has, the people of Kenya speak Swahili, but there are also about 60 different languages that different people speak. But the most of the people speak Swahili, and they speak English. They can understand and speak English. People your age in Kenya can go to school. School in Kenya is free. But a lot of the children can't go to school because they have to take care of their cattle, because they at home they have to grow cattle and to take care of, and they have to help with the farm, and they have to help with the family. They have very serious chores. So some of them can't go to school because of the work they have to do with their family, even though school is free. Something that Kenya is famous for is songs and stories, telling stories. And through songs and telling stories, they pass on a lot of the culture, a lot of things that tells them about their history and where they come from and about traditions. One of the most famous tribes that live in Africa are the Maasai Nation. And the Maasai Nation have their own nature preserve that you can visit. I don't have the picture here of a Maasai, but we will be making a Maasai necklace out of paper plates later on. And I also have a book that we can read. Not today. Today we have a busy day with dinosaurs. But anyway, so this is a book about Kenya. Actually, this person, do you see this person here wrapped up in a blanket? A colorful red
Jacket.
That person is a Maasai.
What's Maasai?
Maasai is a tribe of people that live in Kenya. Usually they're very slim and very tall people.
Why is there a jaguar?
Because that's one of the animals that live in Kenya.
I never know jaguars can
So, you remember we talked about the equator, the imaginary line? It almost cuts Kenya in half, right smack in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Kenya.
So this is Mountain Kiliguni in this picture. Like I said, there are mountains in Kenya. It's not all flat savanna. And these animals are drinking water. They have a dry season and they have a rainy season in Kenya. This is the Baobab tree. It's a very famous tree that grows in Africa. Baobab tree. Remember I told you that in Kenya they like to tell stories and sing songs about their culture and their traditions. There are a lot of stories about the Baobab tree. And if you look on the smart board, that's a Baobab tree. This is an example of the Jeep, how people go on a Jeep and go on a safari trip.
Safari?
And they watch the animals in their own environment. It's not a zoo.
I know some giraffes and I see some. I know the animals in there.
Boys and girls, actually this is a Maasai person. You can't see the necklace. But his house is made of mud.
I'm not in Kansas. It's made of mud. Why is this house made out of mud?
They make houses of mud.
What?
This is actually children your age who can go to school in Kenya. Not all children have to help their parents. Some of them get to go to school.
In Africa? How
In
do you
Kenya,
learn in
yes, which is in
Kenya?
Africa. And school is free. They don't have to pay for school.
No. Cool. Because that would be so cool. No, they don't really have any money.
Kenya has coffee beans. Kenyan coffee is very famous.
Oh, look at how many
If you go to a coffee shop, you can say, I want coffee beans from Kenya.
Coffee beans.
Yeah. Since they border the Indian Ocean, some people also catch fish.
What? Some people catch fish.
And again, boys and girls, they love soccer.
Oh, they would play soccer with any. Can you show me?
And they play soccer everywhere.
They
Swahili words, let's see. Jumbo. Can you say jumbo?
Jumbo.
Jumbo means hello in Swahili. Can you say kwaheri? That kwaheri means goodbye. One, if you want to say one, you say moja. Moja. So these are few words that you can say in Swahili. Boys and girls, check your body. Check your voice. Thank you for being patient. I know sometimes these presentations can be long, but it's very exciting to learn about other cultures and other places. Not everybody lives in a subdivision with a garage door opener and a van or an SUV that brings you to school. Some people have different ways of life, and it's just as fabulous and amazing and rich as your life. So please listen to this with open mind and respect to other countries and other children and their way of life. I hope one day you get to travel and meet people who live differently than you. And we can learn from each other that way and respect each other, because we're all part of the human race. And that's why I love giving you these presentations about other countries. And I thank you for being patient and listening. So this is the flag of Kenya. We ran out of boxes, so we're putting some of the flags in pouches. And there's everything that you need to make this flag. There's white paper.
That's Canada.
This is not Canada. This is Kenya.
Kenya? Why is the name over there? So everybody knows it's Kenya.
And we have the green and red.
Green and red stripes.
And then you draw.
Canada.
This is not Canada. This is Kenya. This is Kenya. Canada is in North America. Kenya is a country in Africa. So you glue these stripes just like this on the white piece of paper, and then you draw.
That's a ladybug.
No, it's not it's kind of like an armor shield.
Oh, the armor shield? Armor shield? Minecraft.
I'll see if there's a picture of it here. Can you please not do that with your sweater? I don't think there's a picture of it here, but I'll try and find a book that has, so you guys can understand where this comes from, the idea of that. Somebody had a question earlier, and I'm going to allow about 2, maybe 3 questions. What's your question?
On the picture, why is that, that's the 5 persons over there, what them doing?
These are Messiah people. Messiah people probably getting water. They're carrying jugs of water. They have to go to the river or the reservoir to get water for their family. Does anybody else have a question? Yes, Miles. This is a tradition that is probably thousands of years old. They probably can go and buy a house just like yours, but they choose to preserve and respect their tradition. It's a way of life, and they don't think of it as being something bad. They respect it. It's part of who they are and where they come from. Some of them live like that all the time. Some of them live like that part of the time. Some of these people go all over the world and they go to college and they have degrees in medicine and they have degrees in engineering, and they come back to their tribe and they help. But when it's time, they want to live among their people the way they lived thousands of years ago. they love it, they respect it, and they want to preserve it. Does that make sense? And what they had at the time, thousands of years ago, is mud that would live through, they didn't need more than that. Yes?
How does the mud not fall?
Remember, that area is a lot like a desert. So they add water and it becomes almost like concrete. Almost like clay. Clay is made of dirt and water. If you go creeking here by the river, you can pick up some clay and you can even make a bowl. And when it dries, it's hard. When you go creeking with your family, you say, I want to pick up some clay. It's very much like that. Thank you for your questions, boys and girls, and thank you for sitting so respectfully. This is our presentation on Kenya. Tomorrow. Okay, boys and girls, I would like for you please to... Oh, Arya Singla had a question. Yes, Arya. Yes, Arya. Nairobi is a big city, the capital. It has stores and malls and all kinds of stuff.
Kroger?
Nairobi, no, they don't have a Kroger, but they have their own grocery store.
Oh. Sorry, Kroger.
Yeah.
To buy some turkey.
Any other questions?